on? Keep trying. Oh, we might be on. Hey, welcome back to another episode in the adventures of Brad's Internet. The Font of Maya temple was once the abode of the order of Arkasodara ascetics, who sought divine enlightenment through the spiritual power that is the Maya. Abandoned for stronghold deeper in the jungle, the structure now sits derelict and half submerged in rainwater. Right there. Alright, well, that works. Southwest. Only two more and they're both out of this area. Alright. And 87 to the west. And 79 to the northwest. Sorry, this is what I was doing off stream. And since it finally started working again, you get to catch me at the end of it. They're just finding all the intercurrents in the area. Right there. If it's under 100, you can usually see it. And when I'm done doing this, I should be able to fly in the area. When I'm in the last mission, there's 3 more missions to go. But soon! 492 to the north. It's just so painfully slow, isn't it? There it is. Okay, I also need to attune to the aether crystal in Razatan as well. All just so painfully slow. Ugh. Hop on a giant bird and walk to our destination. No more aether right? All right. Wake up, Torana. Hopping on a bird and walking there. All right. Gate of first sight. What is the closest thing to the aetherite crystal? I'll be there. Wrong way. Wrong way. Ugh. Checking our ventures. My report is ready, sir. Why not you serve, sir? That's no decision, sir. Ventures are my specialty. Well, so you'll get it from me. I hope that satisfied you. So take it, yes. I'll perform your menial task. Hopefully next time you have a more meaningful task for me. This is the base. Aether's been temporarily disabled still. Oh, all of that for nothing. That's all right. We'll come back and do it again later. The sunk cost fallacy. It's right here. Time to hop on my bird and walk to wherever I'm going next. Sorry, hop on my horse and trot to wherever we're going. All right, Delphine, let's try this again. There you are. How fare the others? Ah, I've forgotten. It's been so long since I actually did the last cutscene. I see. You seem to all the beats sit inside. In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple. Yes, let's.
Courage, friend. The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mevan? Where could she be?
She got turned into a monster, bro. Attacked her hubby.
We've dealt with all the blasphemies, and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return, someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things. And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
So what we have here is a crisis of faith.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
My friends, this is a place of worship. Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Know this, my children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested. Always and ever.
'Tis a perilous path you walk. Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are. My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mevan, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there. Those words seem to resonate with your people.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand. So I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear, though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
Dang, that's a line right there.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mervyn. Did you see? That beast was chasing someone.
Over there. My view is blocked by the trees, but I'm sure I saw someone being chased by a beast. Pieter, go with Matsuya and stitch along the river. Alfie and I will circle around the south. Near the temple, huh? Oh, found her.
That's her! No, I'm sure of it! Mervyn!
Don't! Please!
God have mercy!
Maven's lifeless body floats before you, battered and broken. Her death no doubt came swiftly. Her infant daughter, however, is nowhere to be seen. Take the baby to your arms. If she lives, you cannot tell, but she'll surely not survive unless you carry her to the surface. At once. Did you find Maven and the child? Oh, kind of. You messed up there, monkey. Did you find Maven and the child? Damn it, Toll. You have the child. Let me see her. I'll try and save the child as quickly as possible.
She's so cold, Elfino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back. Not now!
Matsia, take the child.
It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Mattia, can you take her back to the village?
But the child, all by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matsia. Her life is in your hands.
Right. I can do it.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matsia. Go! Quickly!
Steady. You know the way. No. No! Not you too. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
To live is to suffer, to drink of calamity. It is a perilous path. Death lurks in the dark.
No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Ah! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony.
The anti-catastrophe.
The divinity.
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mevan and Grasev. Please.
Well, well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home.
That's cool.
I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matsia.
I have a feeling he'll be fine.
Really? How can you be so sure?
A fine battle it must have been. Shame I missed it.
Estinian, it was you who came to Matsia's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vritra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mervyn gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband at least. Will you help me?
Sure. We've done what we can. It is for the villagers of Palaka's stand to perform the funeral rites. If nothing else, Maven and Harasif died as they lived, as themselves and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. To think that they would come at even the smallest of solaces would be this comforting. You are ready, then? In that case, let us head to Palaka's stand. No doubt, Vitra is waiting for us. It is huge, Vitra. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsuya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Thavnir must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sons, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. Every death, another void that can never be filled again. We who survive them must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Kirisaf and Mevan's babe is a child of Thavnir as well. I thank you for returning us to her safe. Oh, most great and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that it were not for you, brave Matzia and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long as I heard the rumors of a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the satrap, never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Vitra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as satrap, with Awan as my loyal servant. Are my ears to be believed? You were the true satrap all along. Nidana, what are you doing here? I heard from Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palak in their time of need, and so I and several of my colleagues from the great work came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed some potions for Mervan's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are far greater enigma. If you were the true satrap all along, could it be that young Varshan was created to serve as your emissary? Didst thou suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumor had circulated for many years amongst the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists are once commissioned by the satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varshan, from that knowledge, I simply put two and two together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, they no doubt recognized the satrap was using a simulacrum to work more closely with his people, and decided not to press the issue. They'd always assumed one of Alawan's associates was manipulating it from afar, but the truth is, indeed, far more surprising. It's an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vitra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you've not believed in and given us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. 'Twas thou and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors not only of Raz-Atan, but this very star. Far too kind you are, Master Vitra. By the star yet once for salvation. Once more will my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in this, their darkest hour. 'Twould seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Raz-Atan fares. What will you do, scions? I read that the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? Yeah, sure, let's do that. In that case, might I ask a favour? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way.
I just walked right through that fire.
Needs to simmer a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening here down there?
What's the end of this?
Oh my, that is rather a lot to take in.
It's fine.
It would seem the situation's even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, my friend. And my colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if it can further our own research. And with that, here we are. A pot of popping hot chai, brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with hearty helpings of rich milk and purest sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups?
The drink has medicinal properties, then?
Oh, not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty, though. And it has a way of lifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest.
That's a lovely sentiment, Nidana. By all means, allow us to assist. Will you not distribute your hot beverages? I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you're finished, look for me at the wakeful Torona. Hello, I bring calming tea on the back of a monkey. Be calm or else. Hello, Wishford. I'm sorry, I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of the beasts took him, and it was all I could do to run. All the while I could hear his monstrous voice screaming my name. Here's some chai. It'll be good for you.
This is for me. Oh, we used to drink chai together often. Shared stories over steaming cups after a long, hard day's work. Oh, thank you, my friend. The pain may never pass, but I must press on all the same. For his memory, and for we who must remember.
I'm a traveler. May I interest you in a chocobo porter? Not in the slightest. I think people are indoors, aren't they?
Look at them all lazing about, knowing full well the beast might strike again at any moment. Do they not realize their lives are in danger? Well, I, for one, intend to survive. I am far too young to die. Yes, I leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days?
Here, have some chai. It will make you feel better.
A cup of chai? Can't you see I have more important problems to worry about? No, you're right. It is precisely in times like these we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I visit my elder.
and see what needs to be done. If there's any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it. All right. Here's our last weary citizen. There you go, citizen. Have a tea. Wait, I know you. You're the one who saved us from those beasts back at the temple. Were it not for you. Well, let's not even think about that. In times like this, we must not dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. Oh, but what future awaits us? How can Raz-Atan hope to recover from this? Most of my friends are gone. I do not know where to turn. Have some chai. A cup of chai. Well, and if you insist. That aroma. It has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, we have faced our fair share of trials in the past as well. And no matter how hard the times, we have always come together as a people united. One day at a time, one step at a time. That is all any of us can do. Yes, yes. Back to work once I finish this cup. Well, thank you. Time for some red maging. Hey, cads, my knees. My ears are catching up to me. Oh, my knees too. I've been feeling it today. You there, traveler. Might you have some time to spare for an old maid? As I fled from the chaos that erupted, I took a terrible spill and dropped a charm, which was very important to me. And can you believe it? One of the flea-infested Hulnaman Longar scooped it up off the ground and scurried off into the woods. Would that I still had my youth. I'd skewer that fiend at the end of my spear. Alas, my vigor is not what it once was, and I am still aching from that fall besides. I'll have that charm back, don't worry. Really? You would do that for me? The animal ran off toward the front of Maya. Fed it quickly, and return my charm to me, please. What else? How else am I to defend myself from fate's cruel machinations? I know we're beset by monsters, beasts, and worse, but if you have even an ounce of strength to give, I would ask for your aid. I am in need of a brave soul to help patrol the area in search of lost refugees. I would ask my brothers and sisters of the Radiant Host, but our numbers have been greatly diminished. It's all we can do to keep the darkness from swallowing the settlement whole. Sure, I'll take care of that. Very good. It shall be heartening to have another warrior by my side. Let us commence at once. Strange among Hinaman longer. The creature wants you to follow it. What harm could come from doing so?
I can think of a few answers to that question. Oh, you're the one who saved Melon's child. Might you help a father in need? My daughter is nowhere to be found, and I fear she's gone off into the woods by her lonesome. Others from the village have joined in their search, but our numbers are few. We've yet to even reach Baruza, and you could aid our eyes in the search. I'd be ever so grateful. My daughter was wearing a red coat when last I saw her. I will make my way to Baruza, and please, bring her there if you find her. May the gods grant you insight. There you are. Oh, what luck. I look capable of braving the jungles unscathed. Would you help me search for a group of refugees I became separated from? Sure, I can do that. As the chaos unfolded around us, I've led in the direction of Agama Temple, along with a few others. There, one of the terrible beasts fell upon us. I lost track of my group in the chaos. I was able to make my way here. None of the others have, and I worry for their safety. I would like nothing more than to search myself, but all hands are required to defend this place. Agama Temple is to the west. Please, journey there, and guide anyone you can find back here. I only hope that some manage to survive the madness. All right. This person's inside this building.
I've heard about all the good you've done for our village, and we're all thankful for it. I hate to impose upon your generosity further, but if you have a moment to spare, could you lend me your stout arm? I'll ask you to search for my father. I haven't seen him in bells, and after asking around, it seems he may have left the village and ventured north. The divinities only know why he went alone, but if you were able to follow him, I'd likely end up at the bottom of some beast's belly. If I were to follow him, I'd end up in the beast's belly. Please, find him and return him safely to our home. Oh. Thank you for delivering the tribe, Peter. Did it help lift the village's spirits?
It did.
That is heartening to hear indeed. The final days show no signs of abating. And that is all the more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have forever been changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have a capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony, till we too join the fallen in death. It's not a surrender, but a recognition. It's only for an acceptance that we find the strength to move forward.
You're not wrong.
As you finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what's become of Maven and Kieran's remains.
Oh, we buried those.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Surely they'll be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palaka's stand will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her, growing up without her parents, but I promise to do what I can. Once she's able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her.
Well, that's good. Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. You'd almost believe there's a magic at work, how the tension fades with every sip. Let us pray the Palaka stand has seen the last of those transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as is every village in Badmere, like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant to the High Crucible. Shall we return to Razatan?
Oh, by all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who would need your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I'll bring rations and supplies from Malaki. We have plenty to spare.
Sure, that sounds great. Then let us find Estinian to be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? Oh, who even knows? The Wakeful Turona, near the bridge of Razatana, as I recall. Very well then. And off the game. I can stop my coffee so I can drink coffee at Red 11. Be right back. Oh my. Let's work on leveling up Red Mage then. Oh. You're the one who slew that terrible beast, aren't you? Big and brawny, just like the type of man I was looking for. I have a job I believe will suit you perfectly. There's a reward at the end of it, if it motivates you to keep listening. I make my living as a weaver. I have not had any idea to craft armor in the Radiant Host for the I have had an idea to craft armor for the Radiant Host that defends our walls. However, the scales I require are in short supply. Scales from long-lived Piscia are nigh indestructible, for such animals lead quick and brutal lives. Running an aged specimen is difficult. Slaying one, even more so. Still, they are animals all the same, and cannot resist their allure of fresh meat. If you were to use the corpse of a Giyasha, and the scent of its blood would surely draw out the prized specimen. This is a somewhat dangerous task, but I suspect you've seen much worse. Bro, I killed the god of evil. This is nothing. Oh, do excuse me, do you need something? Yes, I was just going to talk to you about... Wait, you're him. The very man who saved Mevan's child. Piotr, is it not? Yeah? I knew it. I am Yazan, an alchemist of the great work. I am but one of few who are looking after the child as she makes her recovery. Metan and Karaf are dear friends of mine. Thank you for everything you have done for their daughter. Her condition is on the mend. I am sure you'll be glad to hear. We have been taking turns checking in on her. The last thing she needs is a gaggle of adults fussing over her day and night. That being said, when she is fully healed, there's a question of who will be in charge of her care. With the love I bore her parents, would be gladly take her in as my own. But that would mean raising her away from her home. Moreover, if I'm to be wed, and my duties consume so much of my time, I could scarce focus on my own care, let alone that of a growing child. I doubt my ability to give her the love she deserves, love equal to that of her parents give her. She deserves better than that, and so I have considered finding someone more suitable. It is the least I can do, and truth be told, probably the best option. Even so, although I was born here, much of my life was spent in the great work. I am afraid I have not got the foggiest idea who to ask, even if I had the time to do so. You, however, seem to be well loved among the people here. Could you ask around in my stead? It would be a much more effective use of my time to prepare medicine for the wounded and sick. Oh, sure, I can do that. I apologize for imposing such an enormous task upon you, but I would trust no one else with it. When you are finished, come to my hut in the south of this settlement, and we can discuss any potential parental candidates. Sure. Still got a lot of jobs to do. Activated, at least.
Oh, excuse me, but you're a traveler, yes? Would you be willing to take on a personal request? I'm worried for the safety of a friend of mine, and would ask you to check on them.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you. I know you've no shortage of both demands on your time. My friend, you see, is a bit of a private person. I only wish to know how he's faring after the recent troubles. However, a journey towards a boat is much too dangerous for me to attempt alone. I wouldn't dare ask another villager to go in my stead. A traveler with a sharp blade, however, I could surely get the task done with little effort. He resides in the jungle to the northwest, as I said. At least he used to. I'll mark the location on your map. His name is Hosea. If you say his name, he should respond. If my worst fears have come to pass and he is wounded, please use this medicine to treat his wounds. He'll be rewarded for your efforts, but I suspect he would have helped me even if I had nothing to give in return.
Hey there, industrious resident.
If you ask me, Passarine is the most motherly amongst us. She had a child of her own not too long ago, but I reckon there's no one better to be a nurse. That said, times have been troubling for us all. Might be unseemly to ask her to take on the burden unless she's willing.
You have the look in your eyes I am quite familiar with. You wish you would see the threads of fate that guide you, yes? What if I told you they could be illuminated to the art of reading chai tea? You said chai means tea, so you just said tea twice. Yes, the last remnant of a cup of tea can show your fate. The leaves and spices of the cup spelling out a message for those who can read it. This art has been perfected over generations in Tabner. I am willing to share it with you. Are you willing to take my gift? Sure, why not? Splendid. Before we begin, however, you must gather the spices we use with your own hands. It's the only way to attune the tea to your destiny. I have marked on your map a location where you can harvest 3 different spices. You can choose 2 of these, and do not make the choice lightly. It may very well decide the course of your future. I suspect it's not that important. Hey there, seasoned hunter. The stories paint you as ferocity incarnate. By the sight of you, I don't reckon that too far from the truth. You mind lending me an ounce of that ferocity to catch some prey? Healers from the village have tasked me with hunting down a beast possessing a right deadly venom. I am at a loss as to how to go about it. But with 2 strapping hunters, I'm sure we will find a way. So, are you with me? Sure, why not? I look forward to seeing what you can do. Well then, our mark is to the north. I trust to keep up with me. All right.
Might you have a few moments to spare? Our healers are overwhelmed with the number of injured and sick, and even a small pair of hands, single pair of hands, will go a long way toward easing your burden.
Sure, why not?
Some of their duties require them to venture into the jungle, a dangerous prospect in the best of times, but a death sentence under current conditions. Perhaps you could lend them your aid. If you would offer your capable armor their aid, please do so. They'll be all too glad to accept it, I'm sure.
Hey there, Cherry resident. Who do I think is most capable to care for the child? Zavin is the obvious choice. Dependable, loyal, dutiful, every quality you could desire in a parent. I know he does, because become so absorbed with his research, but that devotion has made him a peerless alchemist. Who better is there to look after someone as sickly as her? Now the child, none dote over her quite like Jason, but I understand alchemy is not a merciful trade for a parent. Still, there's no one else that comes to mind when I consider the question. I'd volunteer to take her in myself, but the chaos of recent events is difficult enough to see that me and mine are fed and clothed. I know I'm not the only one facing such hardships either. Could you mend me, please? I need mending. Oh, no, just kidding. I don't need diddly. There you go, hon.
Welcome to my humble workshop, Peter. I'm almost too nervous to ask, but what do the others say?
Well, they said that you'd be the perfect person to look after the kid.
Well, someone mentioned me. Well, that's neither here nor there. You said Parasi's name was mentioned. She was a good friend of Mavan. It's true. Other factors at play that make me reticent to ask her. Simply put, I'd rather not burden her further if it can be avoided. Oh, that being said, I don't exactly have a luxury of choice, all things considered. I suppose I would be remiss if I did not at least speak with her. I owe her child that much. Will you accompany me, Pieter? A supportive presence by my side would help me find the right words. Parasine would be nearby, doubtless watching over her own child. I must deliver this medicine before speaking with her, so please, go on ahead.
So you want me to help you by doing the thing instead of you? Got it. You know, people really need some help with the word help. Hey there, Parasine. I understand you have a child you have to take care of full time. I have another one for you. That should be easy, right?
Yazan, it is good to see you. And who is this with you? A person, meet Peter. He's the hero who saved Mavan and Crescent's daughter. Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Thank you for your bravery. I've heard tell of the trouble she's been through since. I hope that you're able to see her return to health soon. It has been trying, it is true, but you must look forward to the day she is healed. Everyone is doing their utmost to make it so. Question remains where she will go from there. However, I've considered taking her into my home. I feel my qualifications as parent are somewhat lacking. I know you to have been a dear friend of Mavan, and as such, only thought it meet to ask if you are willing to take care of her daughter. If you are, I will do everything in my power to see that she is given into your care. I am flattered. Mavan was as family to me, and I view her child as my own. I would do anything to see her raised into as brave a warwoman as her mother. However, I cannot care for her. I'm not worthy to care for her. Worthy? What does that... Oh, my apologies. I understand it was a sudden request. No, one small one beside. Please forgive the imposition. I'll be in the village for some time yet. Should you require treatment for you or yours, please seek me out. I will. Thank you, Yazan. I will speak with you further, Pieter. Let us return to my dwelling.
That was odd. Can I pluck a healer?
What? You're here to help, of course. I would be glad for any assistance afforded to me. I just have a task for you. Well, just a task for one as you, in fact. In troubled times such as these, ever the medicine that first runs dry. I have sent an assistant to procure a resupply of the great work, but apparently she'd run into a bit of trouble on her way back. It seems something is preventing her from completing the delivery, although she was scarce on the details. Unfortunately, circumstances being what they are, we've been unable to spare a single person to spare her aid. Until now, that is. Welcome to the travel of wakeful Tarana, where my assistant awaits. I see you cannot solve this little conundrum she has encountered. Sure. I was not too forceful, was I? I simply asked her if she was willing. I did not mean to make her feel obliged to agree. I found her words somewhat mystifying, not worthy. What could that even mean? I'm usually not one to pry, but that worries me. I consider Parasine a friend. I'm loath to see her, to leave her to her troubles. It's still a matter of the child. I shall have to think on it, what to do from here. I will need your help again soon, Pieter. I hope you're willing. Well then, if you're willing, I have a task that requires immediate attention. It's simple,
and essential, namely the gathering of herbs. Child is in a vulnerable state. I would fortify her against further sickness. Is also more wounded in this village than I had anticipated, and my stores have begun running low. It must be best to replenish them while time affords us opportunity. Can I count on you to help me? Oh, sure. Splendid. I require several of the reddish soma herbs that grow amongst the shrubbery of the northeast. So both of us working in tandem, I wager we shall have enough gathered before the next bell. All right. Hey, look, it's a shrub. A shrubbery. Stay. Oh, no. More shrub. It appears the herb you seek, but only the stems remain. Another enterprising alchemist must have already been here. Hey there, shrubbery. Alright, got that taken care of. Need to help some people here.
Oh, thank the heavens. I'd resign myself to becoming food to these dreadful things.
Yeah, I was here to look for you.
What's that? My daughter sent you to find me. I thought no one saw me leave the village. I suppose I'm not so sly as I thought. And now I've caused her and you no end of worry. The number of people fleeing to our village increases by the day, and although I would never begrudge them protection, it does put a strain on our food supplies. I took up my old fishing equipment, hoping I could take some small contribution. Children need hearty meals to grow, after all. Filling our stores is the least I could do to ease through this troubled time. Think you could help this old fool in his errand?
Sure, why not?
Your generosity is much appreciated. I've already set up several cages near the water. All you need to do is check them and bring me anything they caught.
A highly venomous snake.
saw the creature emerge from the brush, but you felled him before I had a chance to be frightened. I'm glad you survived unscathed. If it had been me... Anyway, did you manage to find the Soma?
There it is.
Excellent work. Excellent work.
That's the wrong one. My search comes up fruitless. It appears we're not the only ones seeking this particular herb. Other people are hurt. It should not come as a surprise, I suppose. This area is well known for the medicinal plants we grow here. And if my supplies run low once more, perhaps I can ask the villagers if they have any to spare. For now I believe we have found all we can. Let us return to Palaka's stand. Alright, let's head over here, try to get some of this stuff taken care of. We're here to help. Oh, thank the gods. We're here to help, oh, thank the gods. Apologies for the imposition, but I just cannot carry these supplies any further. I'm afraid my constitution will not allow me such strenuous labor. Sure, I got you, friend. You look like you have a stout pair of legs under you. Could you deliver the medicine in my stead? I must rest, yes. Just a bit of a lie down. It's all in the crate here. Please, hurry. Our people of Palak's standard is in dire need. Would that I had more strength to give. From the medicine crate to the healer awaiting at Palaka's stand. You have 4 minutes to complete this task. If you have enemies, they sap your strength. Thank you for picking up the slack, so to speak. I must remember that not all of my assistants are fit for demanding labor. I will administer this medicine to those in need as soon as I can. It was Utpala who entrusted you to help me, yes. Pray inform her that all is well, and give her my gratitude. So I don't know, I have to make her delivery. I have to go thank her for this other guy. You people are so lazy. As I suspected, we were not the only ones searching the jungle. I returned to my quarters to find a bag positively stuffed to the brim with herbs, including soma, in fact. I had a nearby colleague who delivered this bounty, and they told me it was one of the Ashradora servants. I believe I know who it is. Her name is Sula, a shy one, but obviously kind of hurt. I espied her eavesdropping during our conversation with Parasine. Poorly, I might add. I apologize for asking more of you at the end of that trying day, but would you speak with her for me? Offer our thanks for the herbs, and perhaps find out if she knows anything of Parasine's troubles. For my part, I began synthesizing the medicine at once. Sula should be somewhere nearby. I pray you have a productive conversation.
You've been out for quite a while. I trust the healer kept you busy.
Oh yeah, I was doing all kinds of crap for him.
Oh, she knows who I am. Well, all I did was pass information along. But if it sends her thanks, if she sends her thanks, then who am I to deny them? The healers have barely had a wink of sleep of late. I'm no fighter, nor do I have a mind for healing, but I'm happy to help where I can. Here, take this for your kind service.
Hey there, Sola.
Oh, you are. I mean, who are you? Do you require something from me?
I just wanted to come say hi.
The herbs? Oh, I came upon them while hunting, nothing more. I've heard the medicine made from them is effective for treating the ailments of young children. Seemed only meet that I should do my part, as it were.
What do you know of Parisine's travels?
Oh, that. Very well. I believe I can shed some light on the root of Parisine's distress. That is what you wanted to hear, yes? Zazan asked you to speak with me, just as he asked you to gather the herbs.
Uh-huh.
Well then, perhaps it is best for us to all speak together. Go to him, and allow me some time to gather my thoughts. I will approach you when I am ready.
All right. You're just in time. I've only just finished synthesizing the medicine. So did Sula tell you anything of interest? Well, I suppose I can hear it straight from her. I appreciate you felt it fit to include me.
Firstly, I owe you an apology. I was thinking about out of concern for Passerine. I know what it is that weighs on her mind, you see. This is what you want to know, yes? The story's troubling to hear, and even more troubling to relate. Before I tell it, you must promise me that you will be her strength in the days to come.
Of course, anything for a friend.
Tazal, her beloved husband, was killed. When the veil of chaos descended upon the world, he fled into the jungle and transformed into one of those terrible beasts. He returned here a monster when my sister Chopper met his wrath. Neither of them survived the ensuing struggle. I was there as well. Despite his monstrous form, I knew it was Dazal. I froze in terror, while Chopper stood undaunted. She fought alone for my cowardice, and it was my fault she died. I knew this, and yet I laid the blame upon Passerine's shoulders. I lashed out at her, cursing her for her husband's cowardice. And we both should have been comforted, the other in mourning. I turned my back on her. I left her to bear the burden of not one but 2 deaths. It's only natural that she'd be hesitant to look after another, even that. I was a fool to condemn Passerine. It was my duty to protect the people here. I've wanted nothing more than to apologize since that day, but I fear my words are too cruel to forgive. I could not stand to meet her gaze.
It is a difficult time for everyone. We often lose ourselves in moments of crisis, but so long as we find our way back, we are worthy of forgiveness. Chappa would agree, I'm sure. She would not blame you for what happened, nor would she want you to blame yourself. Passerine doubtless feels the same.
You are right. I must apologize to her. It is the only worthy course. Theatre, was it? I will speak with Passerine, but I require some time to muster my courage. Soon, I promise.
Sure.
Thank you for lending an ear to my troubles, Peter. If you're willing, there's a place I would travel to, and I wish for you to accompany me. Administering to my duties can help calm my nerves. To that end, I mean to inspect the temples for signs of disrepair. After we're finished, I hope to find the courage to once again look Passerine in the eyes. With all the monsters about, most of my attention, of late, has been focused on finding and protecting those who fled. With the arrival of the Radiant Host, however, it's finally time to attend to this long-neglected duty.
I too must ask you go to Sula. Knowing that the holy place are being cared for may set these people's hearts at ease for once. Even an ounce of comfort is precious in these trying times. Much appreciated. Would that I could join you, but I'm afraid the alchemist's tools are of little use against fangs and claws.
May be clumsy with sword and shield, but there are few more adroit with mortar and pestle.
You're blessed indeed to have a pair such as you looking after us. Well then, let us begin our patrol. Our first destination shall be Perusa, in the southeast. It's a bit of a trek, so make the proper arrangements before departing.
Really do need to get my coffee, so. I'll wait right here. Grab my coffee, go to the bathroom, do all the normal things. Be right back. Okay, hopefully I've got everything good to go. Should be good to go for the next 40 minutes till we break for lunch.
It's been a long time since I've set foot on the hallowed grounds. In times bygone, there's even more places in the region, but many were moved to Vizilstadi. One divinity's worshipped here, where those words passed down, that we might set off the departed in its wisdom. Just as life leads to death, so too does death lead to life. Do not shed tears for the departed, for they have but set foot upon a new journey. Be not forlorn, that your paths have diverged, but look forward with joy to the day that they might cross again. For as long as I can remember, I followed in my sister's footsteps. In her absence, I have felt lost. Whenever I think to forge a path of my own making, my legs become heavy, and my heart becomes anxious.
Sometimes standing still offers a new perspective.
Thank you, Piet. The sun was a great, generous soul, and I have your wisdom to buoy me is ever more than I deserve. Would that I could open my heart to Passerine in such a way. This part of the temple appears to be well kept. Let us check the other side, shall we?
Apparently is not what I needed to be doing.
This area is a ghastly shape. Scratches here, cracks there. Will you help me investigate further? You'll cover more ground by searching separately. I shall search around this area. I trust you to do your due diligence.
A damaged stone. Stones here are cracked and require repair. Come on. There we go.
Leave me alone.
Stones here are crumbling and fragments of them litter the ground. It'd be best to replace them. More damage stone over here. The stones of the foundation appear to be unstable. However, filling in the areas with grout has fallen. Filling in the areas where the grout has fallen away should remedy that. There's Sola.
Have you finished? Or is it as bad as it looks?
It's pretty bad, but you could fill it in.
I see. This may have been the site of a battle or some other horrible conflict. I must do what I can to see it repaired, though this temple may be remote. The devout do come here on occasion to offer their prayers. Thank you for helping me today. This has helped me forget the crises that plague us and reminded me of simpler times. When we would look after the roads and protect the pilgrims in our journeys, I ever looked forward to setting out a patrol with my sister and her by my side. But I must find a way to manage without her, to set foot upon my own path. My first steps must be to apologize to Passerine, even if she may refuse it. No more distractions. That being said, if you were by my side, it may be all that easier for me to find the right words.
Eventually, sure. Since we're over here, let's get this taken care of. Slay Gazaya and obtain its corpse. That's some other mission. That was not the mission I'm on now. Thought maybe that was it. Grab a Bavarian bay leaf. Fortune wrote of a Bavarian bay leaf improves the workings of the stomach, preventing discomfort and embarrassing irregularities of the gut. Yes, I will definitely take that Bavarian bay leaf. Dispels negative thoughts. What else besides the needle leaf? So definitely needed gut health. What's this one? Simbera roots. Fortunately, the root of the Simbera raises body temperature to expel toxins and other harmful substances from the body. No, definitely not that one. So, increasing regularity while calming the mind. Stop attacking me, you jerk. Hopefully we can take care of this one that's like nowhere near anything else. That'd be nice. But looks like we're going to be heading back to town. Looks like that's our best option at the moment. have to get that other one later. Hello, Misa. You returned with the spices, I see. You hold your future in your hands. Now, give them to me. I shall brew a tea that you are not soon to forget. All right, let's do it. Tea sounds nice. Coffee is also good. And here you are. This tea is to decide your destiny. It does not mean it cannot be delicious as well. I hope I do not have to convince you to drink until the final drop. Oh, not at all. Let's go. See, delicious, yes. Now, pass the cup to me. I will read your fate. Ah, most curious. Fascinating. Ah, you will have an unexpected reunion with someone from your past. Will it be a lover, a friend, a family, or other erstwhile comrade in arms? The tea does not say. But it shall surely become a pivot on which your destiny turns. Well, how does it feel? A glimpse of foresight is often an enlightening experience. I hope that my humble skills can dispel any doubts in the days ahead. Thank you for giving me the chance to hone my craft further. Awesome sauce. Yeah, Passerine. Oh, hello, Pietro and Sula. I take it your patrol was fruitful. Not useful, fruitful. I've just administered a soothing salve to Passerine's child. She's sleeping soundly now, so us speaking should not wake her.
Passerine, I'm sorry. I should not have said all those horrible things before. I was not in my right mind. It was my fault my sister was attacked. I stood frozen in fear when Dazal attacked. Yet when it was all over, I placed the blame on you. I was a fool.
No, Sula, you are right. It was I who could not ease his troubles. It was my fault he succumbed to the despair which gnawed at his heart. These are difficult days. We should not blame ourselves for their cruelty. There's reason for your answer, of course, but forgiveness of the self is no simple matter. I am overjoyed to speak with you again, Sula. However, I am afraid I need more time to come to terms with everything that has occurred. Bye.
Would that I knew how much Parasine was suffering. I could have been there to comfort her. Perhaps there's something I can do now. Perhaps to set her on the right path.
Well, we can only hope. It is plain that Passerine will not be ready to forgive herself, but I am at a loss as to what we should do next. Should we leave her be, or is there some way we can help?
I, for one, do not let idly by while she suffers alone. Perhaps if she had something to remind her of her beloved, she would more easily accept his loss. Passerine never did have the chance to say farewell. Pieter, I'm afraid I must ask you for your aid once more. Will I have it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It appears I have been in your debt again, but it is well worth it. During the chaos, most of us fled northwest to the bridge. Let us retrace those steps, and we can find something that belonged to Dazal. Pick up anything that catches your eye, and we can share what we have found once we reach the bridge.
Thank you for all that you have done for Sula thus far, Pietro. Her spirits are already much improved for your efforts. Let us hope that we can effect the same change in Passerine. Dazal did enjoy his jewelry and baubles, so it is not inconceivable that he may have dropped something as he fled. If you could spy anything glittering in the brush, it could not hurt to pick it up. All right. right. Hey there, Season Hunter. How can I help?
You came good. I thought there was a slim possibility you'd lose heart and slink off, but I'm glad to be proven wrong. I've been setting up these 3 traps around the perimeter. Pieces of fresh meat mixed with medicine that'll draw the senses of any beast greedy enough to eat them up. If they work like this, well, they work like I think they should. All you should have to do is scoop up the bajam up in this sack. Now, animals are not known for sharing, so there's a chance one may try to take our prize. If it does, slay it, bring it to me. I am sure I'll think of a way to use it. I think I can leave the rest in your hands. I'm up to hunt a different prey, one with too many legs and altogether unpleasant disposition. When we are both done with our task, let us meet back here. Good luck.
I see glittering objects. The glimmer of this object caught your eye at a distance and closer inspection. This is a rock. The glimmer of this object caught your eye at a distance, closer inspection. This is also just a rock. What about this over here? Search for discarded baubles since the House of Presence. Oh. 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 Alright. Hey there, Sula.
How goes the search? I found this necklace amongst the undergrowth, one of Dazal's favorites, but it seems to be missing the jewel that made it shine so brilliantly. Oh, what is that in your hand?
That's the jewel.
Oh, why it is. Oh, the very jewel I spoke of. We make an excellent team, eh? However, we cannot give this to Passerine as it is. We must repair it first. Doubtless Shazam will be able to lend his expertise in that respect. Let us return to the village and speak with him.
Sure. I first I got this thing to take care of. And to say, so there are faint sounds of an animal in pain emanating from the direction of the bluffs. Investigate the source. Yes, Oseha. Yeti appears to be wounded. Perhaps the medicine provided you will alleviate its suffering. Here's a healing salve for you, buddy. Although you cannot understand the Yeti's words, you can sense the gratitude behind them. Return to the young Escadora and inform him that his friend is well. All's well that ends well. Alright. Man, there's only 15 more minutes till I break for lunch. Goodness. And if you ignore that time whenever I couldn't get the internet working, today's gone really fast. Sleeping pajama. Second sleeping pajama. One more around here. That looks like the last one right over there. Okay, we got 3 sleeping pajamas. You've got a healthy look about you. I think that means you avoided any run-ins with the venom, eh? Well, let us see what you've got. You have sleeping pajamas and bags. By the 12, you managed to kill one. It takes 3 of us days of planning to achieve such a feat. Yet you did it with nary a bit of sweat upon your brow. Oh, the stories were true indeed. I'll take this to the healer straight away. Find me again in the village. You'll have your well-deserved reward. Oh, that's good.
Welcome back, traveler. So, how was he?
Well, he was muttering something. I don't know what.
Oh, that's horrible. Still, I suppose I can be grateful you could treat his wounds. I owe Shishesha my life. When I was attacked by one of those terrible Pisaka, Shishesha's roar robbed the monster off. That was the first start of our friendship, one I've treasured ever since. But my family's forbidden me from venturing into the woods, so I haven't been able to check up on him. I know you're only worried for my safety, but still.
You should not abandon your friend.
You're right, of course. Surely, if I explain Shishida's bravery and selflessness, they'll understand. I've nothing to lose by trying anyway. Thank you. Not only did you save Shishina, you've reminded me what true friendship's worth. It's not much, but please, take this. It's dangerous to go alone.
There he is, huh? Sula's told me all about your findings quite excitedly. In fact, she's going to find materials so she can polish the necklace to a mirror sheen. As for the jewel, I believe I can take it off your hands for the time being. Here's the jewel. This repair could prove simple enough. Adhesive is one of the most elementary recipes. When the necklace is in presentable shape, I shall bring Sula to visit Parasin. Could you go on ahead and tell her to wait for us? If we take longer than expected, I trust you can keep her enraptured in one of your grand tales. Sure, why not? Hey there, Season Hunter. It is good to see you returned, friend. The healers were impressed by our work, but I made sure they knew it was you who single-handedly slew Abashoguma. The healers use their venom to make a salve that numbs the skin, useful for when they have to cut the rot out, or administer some other ghastly treatment. Any road, good work today. May your hunt be prosperous. That's good. Glad I could help. Hey there, Passerine. We got a surprise for you. Hopefully it's a good surprise. You have something for me. I do not recall asking anything of you.
Passerine, if you'd like me to have this, please.
This is Dazal's necklace. Oh, he was so proud the day he brought this. How in the world did you find it? I had not but memories to remind me of him, but the sight of this makes me feel as if he is not so far away after all.
This is nothing. There's nothing I can do to change the past, but I can work to help give us both a brighter future. That's the least I could do, and I could not have done it without the help of these two.
Thank you for this gift, truly, and for your wise words. I see now that you're right. We must not let the tragedies of yesterday keep us rooted in place. Sometimes we must stop to consider the best way forward. Well said, well said. Might I add that the wounds heal more quickly when a salve is applied to them. When we ignore the pain they cause, they rot. We must take action to see them healed, and rest when they are tired. Only when our energy returns can we move forward, carefully, one step at a time. Yes, one step at a time. Yazan, if it is not too much trouble, could I help to care for the child? The scars of recent tragedy are yet too fresh for me to take care of her entirely by myself, but even so, that does not mean I cannot assist in some small way. I have my own child to look after, of course, but still, if you were to take the child under your wing, I'd be happy to assist you whenever you needed me. As for the time being, I could be her wet nurse. Any medicine she requires would be your responsibility, I suppose. Together we can see that she emerges from her affliction as hale as any newborn babe. That is a splendid idea, I must admit. I could hardly think of a better arrangement myself.
I shall hunt and bring food for the child, that she may grow up to be strong, like her mother and father. That's what Chopo would do, and one step at a time I shall make her proud.
The emptiness I feel at Dazu's loss will take quite a lot of time to fill, but I believe the time it will heal. Well, he would want me to heal. Allow me to thank you once again for all you have done. We owe you more than we can repay. Now, I would like to see the child for myself. Sure, let's go. I am not one for the subtleties of conversation, but I would say that went as well as could be expected, would not you? Now, come back to my workshop. There is something I would like to give you. All right, sure. What's up, Yasin? Truth be told, I'd already resolved to raise the child myself, but the prospect of having a helping hand is comforting indeed. I suppose the true work starts from here, eh? I'm glad to have finally had a good news to share with XIV and Maven. I've been so preoccupied in treating the sick and injured, I've had little time to think of the departed. My friends really are gone, but I can still honor their memory. If anything has become clear from recent events, it is that the people of this settlement must speak with one another about their troubles. Solitary thoughts so quickly turn dark. I'm more than capable of treating the wounds that we can see, but it takes a community to heal that which are hidden. I admit the latter prospect may take some time for me to become accustomed to. Don't be so hard on yourself. Your presence puts others at ease. I did not mean to get myself entangled in such serious matters when I set out to speak with Passerine. Oh, so much for that relaxing life I was looking forward to. Regardless, I apologize for dragging you along all this time. even though I doubt we will be arrived at such an amicable conclusion without you. So I retract my apology. Although our parents are no longer with us, I must do my utmost to raise the child in a way that would meet with her approval. I owe my friends that much. Quest complete. Aether current? Nope. We're still going. Ah, Peter, just the man I was hoping to see. Now I have had the opportunity to speak with more of the people here. I realize their plight is even more dire than I had imagined. A recent crisis has caused the flow of supplies to grind to a halt, and the people can scarcely meet their daily needs. This would be the case even without the influx of refugees. One way we might alleviate this is requisition a shipment from Yamadab, but the process takes precious time. I fear that many would starve before we even get a single stack of grain. All of this is exacerbated by the lack of able-bodied fighters. The wounded are many, and there are few who have the strength and skill to guard us from the beasts lurking in the forest. A radiant host would give their lives to protect us, and have, but every day more of them are injured. Bravery alone is only worth so much in the face of overwhelming numbers. And while I am much appreciative of your help so far, I'm not so naive as to think that we might remain here indefinitely. Had we another of your skill to aid us, we might at least stand a chance to weather the worst of this storm. However, my time at the great work has spent largely in solitude, and the people of this village know of little beyond these walls. And you've been to the furthest reaches and back, you know. Do you know of anyone else who might lend a stout arm with these humble folk? I know someone who could give the merchants proper motivation for a speedy delivery. I knew I could count on your wide web of storied personages. Ogle and Kakana, you say. I believe we may be able to kill two birds with one stone with that pair. Unfortunately, my hands are full meeting the medicinal needs of the village. Seeing as how you've already acquainted with those fellows, could you appeal to them on our behalf? Apologies for once again putting you through so much on your shoulders. That is for the good of one and all. Can I count on your assistance? Yeah, sure. Thank you, my friend. Well then, off to Yelaman to meet with Kakana, yes? Yes, safe travels, and I will pray that you return with good news. Alright, I'm going to need to stop here. So, I'll break for lunch, and then I'll be back. Thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you again, hope you have a wonderful day.